here in America. Good morning, me, Pinay Heart at Home, Filipina, and I'm here to just say good morning to everybody. What's today? Happy Friday! And I have my apron here. You know what? This apron, my husband sewed this apron. It's cool, right? It's this size, but my husband is such a very skillful person. Well, as you can see, my hair, I haven't tied my hair yet because I was trying to dry it. Well, I just want to say good morning and happy Friday. My son just dropped him off at the school bus. I'm cutting some apples now. Just drop him off. And then, a busy day today. I'm attending an IEP. IEP is a individual education plan where if your kid needs extra support in the school so they can catch up in their academic, the school will assess your kid of what are the things that they need help in order for them to get a free appropriate public of educations. So one of those is your parents bring a concern or a teacher bring a concern. There's an issue about, let's say, speech or fine motor. It has to be both agreed that you have parents has the right to refuse to assess your kid, or you don't want your kid to be assessed. So like that. Like my child needed services for speech. It started when he was 3 years old. He was in a child care, and the daycare teacher told me, hey, looks like, I think the director, sorry, it's been a while ago, said your kid has a delay in speech. For his age, for his milestones, he needs to be assessed from the school. And then we'll see at that age, he can get services in public school. Yes, that's funded through taxpayers' money. And so that when they enter in school, in a regular school grade level, they already have services in place and the teacher knows how to help them, and that's when it started. Back then, I don't know the law, I don't understand this. I just said yes, but then that's when it started the placement. So my son started a placement in a small settings. He didn't go straight to general education. So he's always been in a small classroom. But then eventually, now he's going a lot more hours in a general education. But other speech, of course, he has some challenges like socialization, catching up on some writings. But speech or language, there's a delay at that a lot. And he just need more exposure in school. So that's part of our meeting today morning. Parents sit down, discuss with the therapists, with the teachers, what's the goal, how can we make sure that he's not being behind, he's not being excluded, and administrations over there, and parents can bring friends, advocates, lawyers. I don't have lawyers, but we just, so yes, in Philippines, we don't have that. I know that a lot of us Filipinos was hoping that Filipino can get this kind of services, but I'm not expecting that. We don't pay a lot of taxes in Philippines, and also Philippines, we have our different issues that needs to be resolved too. I think one of those is being able to have more classrooms and being able to make sure that we have enough resources for every students, all students. But at least there's a new law now that it's passed for autism in the Philippines. I was happy about that. And that was really good because back then before, school is very much they isolate people like my child. There's no institution, Not in like in USA that there's institution, they started institution, but in Philippines, it started only more like recently. Celebrities are opening about it. That was amazing. So the more we spread the knowledge about people who has autism or challenges, the more people are so understanding of them, and that's what we want. We want the world to accept them. We want the world to not judge them, because if you don't know what's our actions towards that person, we judge them, right? Because we don't know. We just tell them that, oh, this is what I know. I met one autistic person, and the same autistic person now are now the same. It's not like that. So spreading this knowledge to everybody, now maybe a member of your family has that too. You could, you could gain more knowledge how to get them help, because if you can't and I can't, or your mom, your dad, your sister, then there's always in place doing that. And now in the Philippines, they want to train more health workers to be knowledgeable about things, and I'm so happy. That is really exciting. When a health worker, when people that are seeing them knows about this diagnosis and how to help them more, then there's less problem, there's less concern, there's less worried for a family like me, like mom and dad, that then when we lived in this world, they could still be living the way that we want them to live. We want to spread kindness. We want to spread acceptance, instead of the people are still stuck on what this is, just understanding that this is what it's supposed to be. Yes, we have this apple juice. My son loves it, so a little bit of this. We always dilute it with water. He's not drinking full of it, and it helps for him uh, to enjoy his meal a little bit, wake him up. Then water, more of water. Put this in the fridge. This morning, I made a decaf for my husband. Now I'm about to make some scrambled eggs. Still have some stuff in here. I made some guacamole, not guacamole, avocado, and about to make some eggs. So if anyone wants to say hi, that's fine. But that's this life here in America. You are on your own all the time. We don't have time to chit chat with neighbors. We don't have time to ask around here and knock your neighbor here and say, hey, like, I'd like you to talk to me, or hey, let's talk about this person. Looks like this person is not nice. Now, most of people that lives here, we have to do something. People says, like some people that I met, they said they're bored because you're bored in a country where you don't know anything yet, but then you're gonna be bored if you're not trying to learn how the people lives here. People lives in America. When you're here, you pretty much need to ask what do you do? How do you do this? I need to research. If you can't find anyone, look online, because you have a cell phone. Everyone have a cell phone now, okay? Even I think the farthest part of Philippines, I've seen that they have cell phone now and they have signals. So you have access now in all information. Facebook is for everyone. I know that maybe there's some country that they blocked it. You can do a lot in here. You don't need to be afraid of. I know some people are having a hard time to think that they're not gonna be happy. It's because if you don't have friends, that's one thing you're worried. Is that I don't have friends. Yeah, I don't have friends too. My friends are far. We have to drive each other. And if I'm gonna drive them, I already consume my whole day from driving. And all we have to do is just, so sometimes you set up the time. You ask them like, hey, when are you free? this and this and that. That's what we do. We don't come to the house and show up. Hey, we're here. You know, back then in my home, we just show up and then sleep on the floor, sleep on the couch. It's different here. Here because everybody has to work, or else you'll be find yourself in the streets. We work hard. We in the house, even though we don't have a job. We're still doing it. We're still cleaning our car. Guys, these are the things that we need to do to have a good life. We don't, and if you hear people are like complaining coming from America, it's actually not really complaining. It's more of expressing what needs to be done. And then all you have to do is, you know, sometimes it sounds whining. You can just share. If they're not from Philippines, you can just tell them, hey, this is how we do it. And I can take you there. Because this is what they do. When you ask people here in America, they'll tell you. They'll tell you exactly how they live their life. And then they tell you who to contact, who to direct you. They're not gonna make you run around in circle. They mostly know because the moment they were raised, their parents just mostly tell them, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. This is, you know, this and that. And then me, I learned because even when my husband left, joined the military, 8 months of marriage. Actually, not even 8 months, 6 months. He has to join the military. I live with my mom's niece, and then I live with my landlord. She's Filipina. She's a very, very sweetheart Filipina. I'm so glad. And then I have a best friend in Vegas. I have to explore. I have to go out. I need to make sure that I'm not relying to them, because when in the morning, the moment we woke up, guess what? Everyone is gone. My husband is gone. He's in Chicago. My landlord is gone because we're living in her house. It's just a roommate. And then I called her auntie because she's older than me. It's gone. Who's left? It's just me. Oh, my landlord has a son, but of course he's gone. He go to school. That's how my life started. And then now I'm making this scrambled eggs, and I like to use this cooking olive oil. Yep, cooking olive oil. Not just because there's different types of olive oil. You can't just cook them. So you gotta make sure when you're buying that it says it's good for cooking or for salad. I learned that from my husband too. And there's so many things that I didn't know. Of course, my husband I can learn from him. And sometimes we wife can be so stubborn. We're like, this is how I used to do. But guess what? This is America. They have different ingredients. Have different ways of style too. And if your mother-in-law correcting you, if they're saying something. So yeah. And I want to make sure that everything is fine. And yeah, we'll work on that. Well, I hope everyone is having a good and wonderful day. And just want to say good day everybody. Let's have some good Friday. And I hope that we found ourselves in a good position where we always enjoy interacting with people instead of tearing each other apart. And you have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye-bye.